This is the plaintiff, Terry Brzezinski. She says the defendant, her son's half-sister, owes her money for an iPhone 4S and unpaid phone bills. She was trying to be a positive role model in the defendant's life because she doesn't have many, but now feels taken advantage of, and that's why she's suing for the $2,219 she's due. This is the defendant, Jada Woodall. She says the plaintiff offered her a phone for free and said she could have it. Then out of the blue, she tells her she wants the phone back. What kind of person gets someone so excited, then turns around and changes her mind? Now she's suing her for the phone and a full 2-year contract when she had the thing shut off? Come on. She's accused of talking way too much.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff was trying to help out her son's half-sister by loaning her money for an iPhone and got stiffed. But the defendant says it was a gift. It's the case of iPhone, you sue.
Thank you, Douglas. Terry Brzezinski.
Yes.
You are suing Jada?
Yes.
Woodall for $2,219 for a phone and a phone contract that she has not done her part on, according to you. All right, can you tell me, Ms. Brzezinski, what's the relationship between you two?
Jada is my son's half-sister.
Okay.
Her father and I are not together, and he's not involved in my son's life, but Jada wanted to be a part of his life. So after speaking with her and her mom about some concerns that I had, I decided that I would allow it.
Okay, stop a second.
Okay.
Your dad is married to your mom?
No, he has another wife. He's married.
He's married, but not to your mom?
No.
Okay. You got together, but weren't together?
Right.
Right. And how do you even meet each other? How did that happen?
How did that happen?
My mom
I don't remember.
came
It's
to
been so
me
long.
about her being pregnant, obviously by my father. And so I approached her on Facebook because I didn't have her phone number. And then, we started talking. My mom and her met up before I even got to meet her to make sure, everything was okay. And then we started talking, and
Okay, but at the time, what was your mom's relationship with your father?
they're
They were done?
They're
Okay.
done.
All
They've been
right,
done
all right.
for a long time.
So your mom wanted you to know that you had a half-brother?
Right.
Okay. Your father didn't tell you?
No, he basically was trying to make sure that it was his, I guess. I don't
Sure.
really know.
I don't blame him.
So he didn't tell me. I approached her. I didn't even tell him at first that I approached her.
Has he determined that it's his?
Yes.
Yeah. Is he paying child support?
No. He gave me sole custody, and yeah.
It's a choice. I don't know, it's going to be your son's choice, but it's a choice.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a choice you got to make, and it may be the best choice you ever made. I don't know.
Right.
In any event, how old is your son?
7 months.
Oh my gosh, this is all very fresh. So Jada and you decide that you're going to have a relationship
Yes.
because she wants to be part of your son's life.
Yes.
Which is lovely because we want as many people loving
Right.
our children as possible, right?
Right.
And what happens? How do we manage to muck up the works?
Well-
by getting into business and financial things with family who we love. Go ahead.
Right. Well, I wanted to try to help her out as much as I could. I treated her as if she was my own daughter. And there were some things that I did help her out with prior to the cell phone situation. And then the cell phone situation came up. She told me that her grandmother wasn't going to pay it anymore and was going to cancel the contract that she had been paying for her for years. And she was upset, didn't know what she was going to do. I sat on that for a while because I'm thinking in the back of my mind, can I help her? Will I help her? What am I going to do with this? So about a week later, after she told me, early February of this year, I presented her the idea I would upgrade my iPhone 4, let her use it, get a new phone.
Let you use her.
Let her use the iPhone 4.
Your old one.
Yes, I would get a new one and add a line, and we would split the bill 80-80. And the purpose, my intention was to help her transition into not ever having to pay a bill to now paying a bill, and then by the end of the 2 years, hopefully get her own, and then move on with being an adult in the world. So
Yeah, it's everybody's intent. You know what we
Right.
call people who have that intention? Litigants.
Yeah.
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 Okay,
yeah.
go ahead.
So
because if she hasn't paid, and how old are you?
I'm 19.
Oh, she's young. Go ahead.
Yeah. And she never, honestly, we had a great relationship. She never gave me any reason to ever mistrust her or think unlikely of her at all. So I wasn't worried.
How was she going to pay the $80 a month?
She was babysitting, and she was actively looking for work, for part-time work after school.
So she didn't have a job.
No, but she
She's
was
in school.
babysitting and was getting money for that.
Right.
She told me
How
the
much
first
babysitting
bill.
you have to do to be able to pay just that phone bill?
Right.
Yeah,
And she
all right,
didn't
so
have
go
any
on.
other. So So the first bill was due March 21st. She said she was going to pay me $50 the week before, and then the balance by the 21st. I told her I would let it go to the 26th because that was the end of the billing cycle, just to give her a couple extra days. And I never got it. So I was asking her about it. I don't think she was responding. I think at that point I had said, I'm going to give you another day or two, and then I'm going to have the line suspended, because I didn't want to get into the habit of her not paying. So I was trying to just nip it in the bud, let her know I was serious and that this was a responsibility that she agreed to, and hopefully move on. And I was hoping that she would pay it. She didn't. I suspended the line.
So it was open for 1 month?
Yes.
Okay. And then you suspended the line?
Yes. And
so there's the $80 for the month.
Right.
And then you actually suspended the line, which they charge you for, right?
Exactly. Well, I chose to suspend without billing, which means that however long it's suspended for, it gets added on to the end of the contract, just extending your contract.
Why didn't you just terminate the line?
If I were to terminate the line, then I would be billed the full retail price of the phone plus the termination fee. So that would have been close to $1,000 anyway.
So when you do what you did, which is suspend the line, those number of months of that line gets tacked onto the end of your contract.
Yes.
So that if you think you did a 2-year contract with the provider, you've now really done a 4-year contract. That's a deficit to you. But
Right.
Correct?
Right.
All right. But the actual monetary deficit is the $80 of the 1 month plus the suspension fee.
Right.
All right. And yet what you're suing for is the cost of the phone, because she won't return it to you.
Right. No.
And the $80 a month for 2 years.
Right.
Okay. Which is $1,920.
Right.
Okay. I'm not sure that's the right measure of damages. But let me just ask you a question. Okay. When you started texting and trying to reach out to her to tell her, pay your bill or I'm going to cancel it, what was the response? Nothing?
I wasn't getting a response. At first I was getting excuses on why she couldn't meet me. And I was letting it ride. And then I wasn't getting any response. And then I reached out to her Facebook. I reached out to her mom. Her mom tried reaching out to her. She wasn't answering anybody. Her mom was getting annoyed. Eventually her mom said, listen, you have to do what you have to do. She's not answering anybody.
Okay. What's going on?
Well, in the beginning, when she did hand me the phone and she agreed to everything,
What was everything she agreed to?
Basically, I don't remember if it was the first month or two that she said I could have free and then I had to pay her the $80 a month. She never...
Did you say you would give her a couple months free?
Never.
I don't remember if it was the first... She said it was like the first month or two.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Is this supposed to be a total gift to you?
She never said.
No.
She never said.
No, I'm asking you what your perception is. You had a grandmother who was paying your phone. Your grandmother got tired of paying your phone, decided not to.
No, well, not really, but
what
kind
happened?
of. She was going through money issues herself, so she couldn't afford it.
All right. So why didn't you get a part-time job if you have expenses now?
I was trying.
Okay, so what's your defense? I wasn't supposed to pay her, or I didn't have the money?
I didn't have the money.
Okay, so for somebody who doesn't have the money, then what I don't get is why you're kind of snotty with her about this.
Oh, no, I'm not being snotty with her.
You're not being snotty. Tell me about her responses to you once she did get a hold of you. According to you, they're what?
Well, she was a little snotty. I mean, for lack of a better word. When she got the summons, then she reached out to me and texted me.
And said what?
I have it in my phone. She was...
Yeah, let's see it. Reading from your answer to the complaint. She offered to give me the phone. I never said I was borrowing it. She said I could have it.
She told me when she upgraded her phone, she said, I'm giving you my phone. She never said that I had to return it. And
well, maybe the idea is that you're going to have the phone as long as you have the deal, and if you renege on the deal, why should you keep the phone?
Right.
Out of the blue, after the phone being on for 2 months, 2 months, she texted me that she wants the phone back, or she was going to the police to report it stolen. Now, that, in fairness to her, that's after she kept texting you and you kept ignoring her, right?
Well, I wasn't ignoring her.
Were you answering?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, okay. Why do you do that when you know I have it?
Well,
because you were ignoring her. Now she's suing for blah, 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 blah. She never said anything to me about paying it for it or giving it back when she handed it to me. I know I sound stubborn, but I'm using it, and I need it for college. When I have, what are you using the phone for if the line isn't working? You're using it for
because I have, when you
internet.
Use a phone on Wi-Fi, yes.
So how was she snotty to you?
She,
Okay, this is from her. I got your court stuff in the mail. Did you suspend it or take it completely off? Honestly, honey, that is not your concern anymore. Our deal is done. That's from you.
Right.
And then she says, okay, well, I'm trying to help this whole situation. No need for an attitude. Thanks. No attitude. I'm chill. Okay. LOL. With suing me for $2,300, I bet you are chill. And your answer, with all due respect, honey, I tried to reach out a lot. Text, Facebook, your mom, you chose to ignore me. Your answer, stop, in caps, stop calling me honey. But you're right, it's done. You've hit the point where honestly, I don't care. Honey, enjoy the God-living life. Peace. That's kind of snotty. I apologize, she says. It's who I am and how I talk, no malice behind it, and you're still using my phone. All you had to do was return it. I told you what I was doing every step of the way. You say, conversation over. I'll see you May 7th when I should be in school, in capital letters. Return my phone and you will be in school. I'll return your phone before court and you drop the case. And she says, sure. And your answer? Not, I'll be there at 12. Your answer is, I'll see you May 7th. Okay, yeah, I understand why she says that. Let me see the phone.
So would you put your name on as the guarantor for an iPhone for a 19-year-old?
Never. I wouldn't trust a 19-year-old with a cell phone.
Well, you realize the stakes here, because they ain't going after the 19-year-old if they don't pay, right?
Yeah, they're coming after me, and I don't have that money.
Are there anybody have a kid here? Anybody have a kid? Would you loan your kid? Would you sign for your kid, 19-year-old?
Sure, I would. She's 19 years old too right now.
And
I would sign for it.
who pays the bill?
Me.
There you go. Going inside the courtroom.
All right, here's what's gonna happen, guys. Take her phone cover off, you get your phone cover back. This phone is hers, it's going back to her. As for the money that you're suing for, you are entitled to the $80 that she didn't pay you, and you're entitled to the suspension fee. You're not entitled to $2,000-something, although I realize that the idea behind court is not to send her a message, it's to make you whole.
Right.
And I realize that doesn't totally make you whole because you're forced into 2 more years of a contract.
Well, I do have another option.
Yeah, what's that?
I could, because there's 2 numbers on that account, what I could do is transfer my number to that number and cancel my line. And I would just be hit with the $290, whatever the cancellation fee is. I'm even willing to do that just for closure.
Okay, that's something, you can go ahead and do that. You're getting this phone back. You can do whatever you want to do with the phone.
Okay.
The only evidence I have in front of me is the suspension fee and the $80. So you can choose whether you want that to be your damages, and then you just, because you're going to stay with this provider and you're happy with them, or you can choose if you're going to change things, and that's entirely up to you.
Okay.
But I am ordering, when did you put the line in her name?
February.
So it was just the 1 month and then you canceled it, or no?
I started the line in February. I suspended it the end of March, beginning of April. So it was 2 billing cycles.
2 billing cycles. That's what she says in her answer to the complaint. All right, you're entitled to 80 times 2 plus the 175, which is a total of $335. Verdict for the plaintiff. Return her phone cover, give her the phone. That's my judgment. Let me ask you a question, just out of curiosity. What's your game plan, guys? You have this little boy. You want a relationship with that little boy. Have you seen the little boy since then?
Not since it started.
Do you want to?
Of course.
Right? Do you want her to?
Of course.
Good. Oh, good. A happy ending at the People's Court. So glad.
Well, with tears on our cheeks, this is a defendant coming out into the hallway. What's causing the tears? What are you thinking?
I don't know. My head's spinning right now.
Yeah, I can understand. It's about the little boy now. The phone thing is disposed of. Whatever mistakes were made there are taken care of. Talk about the little boy.
I would love to have a relationship, and that's it.
And what are you prepared to do to make that happen?
I'm going to have to talk to her.
You gonna reach out?
Yeah.
All right.
Of course.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck. All right. You see her there.
Yeah.
She's feeling it. What about you?
It's a bittersweet. I mean, what's right is right, but at the same time, she's my son's half sister. And, I just hope that God works on her heart and, she makes better choices.
You heard what she said here, right?
Yeah.
She said she's going to reach out.
I hope she does. And if so, I'll be receptive.
Okay. Harvey, what do you got?
Okay, I can say this pretty clearly. You are crazy to put your name on for somebody else's phone. It is a surefire way, based on the millions of cases we've had in the People's Court, of ruining a relationship.